Arthur Fery's remarkable Wimbledon campaign has captured the imagination of British tennis fans, and the story unfolding on centre court is drawing striking comparisons to a Hollywood film in which an unlikely wildcard shocks the sport by chasing Wimbledon glory. The 23-year-old has emerged as the surprise star of this year's championships after battling his way into the semifinals, becoming the only British player left in the singles draw and turning one of the tournament's most improbable runs into reality. His journey has inevitably invited comparisons with the 2004 romantic sports film Wimbledon, starring Paul Bettany as former tennis star Peter Colt, whose fading career is revived after receiving a wildcard entry before embarking on an unforgettable title-winning run. Like Bettany's fictional character, Fery entered the tournament through a wildcard despite sitting outside the world's top 100 rankings. Few expected the British hopeful to make a deep run, yet he has steadily dismantled those predictions with a series of fearless performances, culminating in a straight-sets victory over 9th seed Flavio Cobolli to secure a place in the last four. Standing between Fery and his first Grand Slam final is second seed and reigning French Open champion Alexander Zverev, whom he will face on Friday. Regardless of the outcome, the breakthrough has already transformed his career. By reaching the semi-finals, Fery has guaranteed prize money of at least £900,000 and established himself as one of the biggest stories of this year's championships. His achievements have come despite an unusual challenge, with recurring nosebleeds interrupting several matches. Fery admitted the problem has occurred before and plans to investigate it further, although it has done little to slow his progress through the draw. The success represents the latest milestone in a steady rise that began long before this summer. As a junior, he reached the Wimbledon boys' doubles semi-finals in 2019 before later advancing to the third round of the mixed doubles competition alongside Tara Moore. His development continued in the United States, where he earned a tennis scholarship to Stanford University while studying science, technology and society. This season had already hinted at bigger things after he reached the second round of the Australian Open, but few anticipated the extraordinary Wimbledon run that followed after organizers awarded him a wildcard. He has now become only the fifth wildcard entrant to reach the men's quarter-finals at Wimbledon, joining an exclusive group of players who exceeded expectations after receiving special invitations into the tournament. Only one wildcard has ever gone on to lift the men's singles trophy at Wimbledon: Goran Ivanisevic in 2001, a piece of history that has inevitably fueled excitement about whether Fery can achieve something similarly extraordinary. Although born to French parents and holding dual nationality, Fery has also become a symbol of British tennis. Having moved to Wimbledon as a child, attended school in England and trained in London for years, he recently dismissed suggestions that he feels a stronger connection to France despite continued interest from French media. He explained that while French remains the language spoken within his family, his life, friendships and sporting career are now firmly rooted in Britain. Fery's path to the semi-finals has required resilience as much as talent. His memorable fourth-round victory over former world number 3 Grigor Dimitrov came after another dramatic comeback in 5 sets, with the center court crowd urging him on throughout the contest. Reflecting on that performance, Fery said he simply focused on continuing to fight whenever he found himself under pressure, believing that maintaining the right attitude ultimately made the difference. His exploits have also attracted the attention of tennis royalty. Eight-time Wimbledon champion Roger Federer watched one of Fery's matches from the royal box, leaving the British player both surprised and honored. Fery admitted seeing Federer in attendance before walking onto center court initially made him nervous, but described the experience of competing in front of one of the greatest players in tennis history as something he would never forget. Whether his remarkable run ends in the semifinals or continues all the way to the title, Fery has already produced one of the most compelling Wimbledon stories in recent memory. One that now bears an uncanny resemblance to the silver screen fairy tale that inspired generations of tennis fans.